Unrest in northeastern Syria after President Donald Trump's abrupt withdrawal of U.S. forces in October left the region open to Turkey's anti-Kurdish offensive. Weeks later, a Pentagon report showed that the U.S. decision to withdraw has given the Islamic State terror group opportunity to rebuild.
Our position in Syria is more fragile, more complicated now than it was before President Trump made the agreement with President Erdogan.
Trump has relocated troops from Syria to Iraq, where there are now about 6,000 American soldiers. But he is leaving a few hundred behind to protect Syrian oil fields from an IS takeover. The caliphate has lost most of its territory in Iraq and Syria. However, terrorism and violent extremism is still a serious threat.
Is there stability in the region that ensures we will not need to deploy forces or we don't face the risk of future military action? No.
Yet the president often boasts he has succeeded in fighting IS and killing its leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, including during his unannounced November visit to see troops in Afghanistan. 2,000 troops have been withdrawn from Afghanistan, with 12,000 remaining. Peace talks with the Taliban are ongoing.
And we're going to stay until such time as we have a deal or we have total victory. And they want to make a deal very badly.
Trump campaigned on taking a harder line against Tehran and has been ratcheting up sanctions after scrapping the nuclear agreement. The president sent 3,000 troops to Saudi Arabia after a September attack on oil facilities that Riyadh blames on Iran. Months earlier, he vetoed bipartisan efforts in Congress to end Washington's support of Saudi's war in Yemen. Critics say the moves collectively do not add up to a clear foreign policy.
We don't have a clear strategy for ending that conflict. So basically speaking, as you look at this region, those problems are quite severe, and we've compounded them by essentially taking a new stand on the West Bank and the Palestinian issue without coordinating it with our allies and without necessarily having brought any clear plan for peace.
Meanwhile, the U.S. has 28,000 troops in South Korea to deter its neighbor. Trump's talks with Kim have failed to halt Pyongyang's missile tests, with officials promising a Christmas gift at the end of the year.
Kim Jong-un is trying to get Trump's attention because he realizes the U.S. bureaucracy is much more wary of any kind of a compromise deal or negotiations than Trump himself.
Roughly 200,000 American troops are deployed all over the world out of 1.3 million total armed service members. Patsy Widakuswara, VOA News at the White House.